So this is a reading from my book, Pieces, 52 Short Stories About Being Human. And today it's chapter number 12, which is called Freedom. And it's basically about my journey to discovering what freedom means to me, and how to feel it in my life. And the part of the chapter I'm going to read, it's almost at the end, so it's kind of, I suppose, explaining what does freedom actually mean to me. So without further ado, here we go. I feel I found a way which is acceptable to me. I decided that I don't need to know, just yet, what happens after I die. What is the true reality of things, which religion, belief, or scientist is right? It's been hard work, but I am now comfortable with not knowing, although I remain curious and open to finding out more. I'm always hungry for knowledge, for new experiences, for anything new. But surely that is a human trait. I'd even say it is a trait of life, of intelligent life. However, accepting that I might never have the ultimate answers, the truth, with a capital T, is what brought me peace and finally a feeling of freedom. I now am truly free. I'm free to comply with a system or to fight it. I'm free to adhere to social norms or to resist them. I'm free to choose how I feel, think and behave in any given circumstances. I am surely free to think, say and do whatever I like. However, I'm very aware that with such freedom comes responsibility, in the sense that every action has a consequence. It's a cause and effect law. If I do something that harms another, they will unlikely be friendly, loving and supportive. If I take or damage someone's property, as I'm free to do, they are unlikely to like me, share with me or help me in my time of need. If I freely choose to be kind, caring, compassionate to everyone around me, I'm much more likely to receive such sentiments from others. So, this is just part, obviously, of the chapter, and is the part where I suppose I came to the conclusion of what freedom means to me and how it demonstrates in my life, and the kind of also feeling of peace that came with that realization, but also the understanding that freedom has this burden of responsibility, that every decision we make, every feeling we feel, every thought we have is ours, and it's up to us how we deal with it, and it's up to us what choices we make, and we do have to take consequences of the choices we make. So, if we do something that pushes people away, well, that is our choice. If we do something that we don't particularly like, but it brings us something that we do like, it's our choice. It's all that, and even like choosing feelings and stuff. And I think why I felt that responsibility in a good way, that I am responsible for what happens to me, it empowered me, and it gave me that sense that I am in charge of my life, of my experience of life, and that it's not up to other people, how I'm going to feel about things, and it's not up to other people what I'm going to do or say. In a society that we live in, I choose to comply, perhaps with laws, because I can see they are beneficial to the whole group living in harmony. Doesn't mean I necessarily agree with all of them. I agree with most of the laws, and I think they're beneficial. There are some that I don't agree with so much, but I still adhere to them because I understand that it keeps the society working in harmony. Now, obviously, if there's something that I feel it's really, really wrong, then I can stand up and I can try and convince others that that is the case, so we can mutually, again, all together agree on a new way of looking at it, of changing the law. As it happens through history, we don't have the same laws we used to. I mean, one of the biggest examples is slavery. It used to be something that was okay until enough people decided that it isn't. And any change that's brought in on a bigger scale that involves the whole of community or society, it needs to be brought on by consent of at least a majority of the community, otherwise it doesn't make sense. But we still have freedom as individuals to either adhere to it, to follow it, or to oppose to it and not follow it, as long as we're prepared to take the consequences. So to take it to the extreme, if I decided to, well, I don't agree with, I don't know, I think we should be able to hit people whenever we like, and then I go and hit someone, and there is law to tell me I can't do it, then I'm arrested and I'm dealt with. That's a consequence I was aware of my action, and I still chose to do it. Whether it was justified or whether I felt it was worth it, that's all up to me. It's my choice of what I'm doing. I still have to deal with the consequences of my actions. But I think, for me, that responsibility is a good thing. It empowers me. And that's why I feel that's the freedom. I have the freedom to do whatever I like. I have the freedom to think whatever I like. I have the freedom to feel whatever I like or don't like. But I am prepared to take the consequences of all that. Whatever others might think about it, or, what their opinions are on that, it's my decision, and I have the freedom to express myself, or to take an action, but I'm also prepared to take whatever comes out of it. I think at the moment, especially political situations all over the world, it's a bit all over the place, and there's lots of rising of new energies and new opinions, and people wanting to do things a different way, which I think is amazing. It's great in many ways, and I think at the end we will come out of it better, and we'll have a better world. But sometimes things get worse before they get better. To get a clear sky, you need to wait for the storm to be over. And I think freedom, it's something that's coming up a lot. People, for whatever reasons, don't feel free. They can express themselves or act in a certain way, and they feel that they're being oppressed, whatever side they are on. That's not really relevant. The thing is, yes, do express your opinions, do express how you feel about things, but you still need to understand that you live in a society where we live in society by consent. That means that ultimately, if we want to be part of the society, we need to agree on how we're going to live together, how we're going to live in this community, what's okay and what isn't for the whole of a community. And when we don't consider it, and we think that the right of the individual it's more important than the right of the group, that's where it becomes difficult, and where the clashes start, and where there's discord. And that's why I think we will see more of that in the near future, when people are because we mix so much and information is so accessible and opinions can travel far, community is a little bit broader subject than it used to be. It's it's not just your local people that are around you, or your family, or the people that you grew up with in your village. It can be anywhere in the world. It just depends what connects your community, what creates that feel of community, of agreement, and I think makes things very interesting. So I would actually like to hear your opinions on freedom. What does freedom mean to you? And how do you maintain your freedom in a world of laws and rules, whether imposed by government, or if kind of your community, as in your family, your friends. We all have, each community has its own rules of interaction, how we all work together. So yeah, I'd like your opinions on that, and if you want to know more about my journey to my freedom, read my book. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.